The party has escaped the tower and safely reached their extrication point. Emrysina and Brixi, accompanying the wounded Wren and the lifeless body of Ayler, head back to the Haven. Emil felt strongly about participating in the three-way battle that will decide the future of the city. Kaylin, Ormia, Malos, Felix, and fellow Harper Crystal join Emil as they pass through the smoke to join the fray in this epic showdown between the three great powers controlling the city. Dun, 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 dun. So, as we begin, you begin by approaching the arena grounds, which is nearby. Rubble and corpses litter the landscape as the powers that be clash. The sky has opened and let loose a torrential downpour now. Lightning strikes the top of the steeple, perched atop the crucible, as a deafening crack of thunder angrily snaps directly above. As you arrive at the edge of the arena, you see along the far western end, and I'm going to go ahead and share this map out now, because Fantasy Grounds is like, not responding. I'll give that a second. Along the far western end of the arena, a male dwarf with salt and pepper hair and golden armor is facing off against a very tall male noble elf with flowing white robes. The dwarf swings his war hammer, missing by a hair's breadth. The hammer strikes the adjacent stone pillar and shears the section away as sparks fly from the impact. A tall, platinum-haired female noble elf nearby motions her hands in response, creating a glowing set of runes in midair. A bolt of lightning bursts forth from the runes and strikes the dwarf, dancing across his armor as he grimaces with pain. Along the northern edge, and now I'm going to share this out because it decided to. Let me know if that pops up for you. Along the northern edge of the arena, another platinum-haired elven woman stands with her back to a pillar and hiding. Clad in heavy armor and clasping her holy symbol, it begins to glow as she readies a spell. Oops, lost my spot. Hidden along the eastern end of the arena are a young boy and the human woman that delivered Ayler's location to Wren back in the Haven. The young boy leans around the pillar that he's crouched behind and releases a handful of earthy dust into the air, which quickly becomes a large cloud obscuring the view of him and his surroundings. The rain is soaking your clothes and making you feel heavy. Or is it just the weight of the outcome of this battle? Either way, it's time to join the fray. Here we go.
Oh, that was so good.
That was glorious, man. I am excited.
I wanted to do justice to the hype of you guys getting here.
The real question is, did we have a chance to take a short rest before this?
Nope.
No. Dang it.
It's gonna get weird.
Alright, I'm going to very quickly, I'm going to have to pull off chat because it does, for this particular map, it blocks some of it. So I'm just going to turn off our Twitch chat here. Okay, so I've lined everyone up at the bottom as best as I thought they may approach. There is Crystals, the red tiefling, and with Emil next to her, and then Kaylin, and then a row behind them, I believe it's Felix, Ormia, and then Malos. But if you guys, you'd all be right there in the starting area, but if you want to, just rearrange locally, then you're certainly welcome to.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. So, either will roll initiative.
One quick question.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
I went and tried to do the life siphon thing right before we came here. Did that do anything or not?
Roll a. I guess that would be roll an intelligence check as you do that.
Ooh.
Had?
And roll a wisdom saving throw on the
Wisdom
heels of
save.
that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, this is not a good one. Oh,
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll a d4 in this case, and you'll add that as health. So just
Okay, yay.
your wound will be 12 instead of. There you go. Nice.
okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. So
That's
as you
good.
brushed by and tried to siphon the energy off again, you felt a little bit of the searing pain, as though a little roadmap is searing further from your eyes and the sides of your temple. And in behind the sockets of your eyes, as if you feel like its pressure is there, sunken in a little bit as you just draw this energy out. You drink it, and it kind of illuminates your throat a little bit as it goes down.
What?
That's creepier.
But you've healed a little bit.
Yay!
Do any of us notice this?
And where were you?
I purposefully stayed back. This was way back when we climbed down behind the building.
Right.
And it was the soldiers,
Oh, that's right.
soldiers that fell down.
Okay.
So I stayed back when everyone was leaving and did that.
Nice.
You do realize that Ormia is the ultimate villain of this story, right?
At least it wasn't. At least it wasn't a squirrel. As long as it's not a squirrel, I'm okay.
Nice.
It's creepy. AF.
Nice. All right, so you guys have arrived. Now, if there's no surprise around these people are in battle, as described as you arrive. So I guess go ahead and roll initiative. We'll get that part done and out of the way.
Minus me and Emrysina?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
You guys are welcome to. I'm going to
No,
try
start.
and kind of cut back and forth a bit.
Can we identify kind of who's with which faction here?
That's
Yes. For the most part, you recognized by description, if you weren't there, the young boy,
Rolls.
Kylos, off to the right, to be previously from the church, but he seems to be fighting on against the other church members here. He seems to be fighting alongside and in tandem with Rabora, who's also on that eastern side at the bottom, who is the woman that delivered the message to Ren saying, "Oh, I think I know where Ayler is." You see the two high elves are along the western side, Theodos and Trilliana. I forget how I said that. Trilliana. Now, you heard a brief sort of description of at least Theodos from Crystal, Emil, as the noble that lived in the penthouse. So sort of jives with what she had described. And then Thornton Lifespark, you got a description of from Ormia and everyone that was in the Crucible before. He was the sort of the dwarf on the council in the Crucible that had the sour attitude. And Nostriana, who's in the very northern part, is another cleric as well that was on that same council.
So we're at least close to our allies.
Depending on what you want
Laura
to do.
and Kylos.
I have everyone read here, and then that may change as you guys, pick and choose what you want to do and how you want to proceed.
Well, Kylos is the one who spoke with us, right? He's the one who got us off the hook.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're up first, Dormia, so.
Oh, great.
No pressure.
Okay, let's see. And then Rabora, we recognized her from the
Haven.
Thank you.
There's a lot of names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go. 6. I'm gonna come over here and just kind of tell her. I've got my sword out, and I'll just. Is it my sword? No, it's my pistol. I've got my pistol out. Too many weapons. I've got. Yeah, it's my pistol. And so I've got the pistol out, and I'm just gonna tell her, hey, we're here to help. Who's the biggest problem? Who do we need to take down first?
She
I
kind of.
prefer not that guy, and I'm gonna point to the kid. He's cool.
She looks back. Oh, you're all here. Oh, yes. He's been helping us. This is
Not all of
complete
us.
chaos. Oh, and she kind of looks over. Mallow, since. Well, I don't know. We're here just trying to defend ourselves. Really, this turned into a three-way brawl. Those from the church are over there and there, and she points out the two from the church, and the nobles are over there. The church set off the bombs in the tower, and the noble just massacred so many here. I don't know. I just know that none of them can walk out of here.
Dan, remind me, that Thoradin guy, he's the one who wanted to give us to Knight Commander Clark, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Yeah, I see him and I'm gonna shoot him. So, oh, that's a disadvantage, isn't it, with my pistol? Yeah, crap. Okay, so I'm going to shoot him. We'll see how this works. Oops, I should have rolled that with disadvantage. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, they both failed.
Oh. Nice.
Disad
Alright.
what?
Oh!
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so even with disadvantage, you're just like, you lock eyes as you're scanning. She's pointing people out, and you recognize him. You're like, you just quick draw and fire your pistol, and it fires off of the back of his armor, dealing almost bludgeoning damage as it strikes him with such force and knocks a dent into the back of his armors. He was swinging, bringing his weapon back around, his warhammer, but he doesn't really have time to look away from the elf currently. But he felt it.
And you said I can shoot twice around with this, right?
If you have a second attack, yes.
I
you
have
can do
the
up to
flurry
6.
of blades, because this is okay. Yeah, so I do have the light weapon, so I'm gonna shoot him again because I don't like him. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't hit.
Bummer. You fired the second one off, trying to aim a little higher to get the back of his head, and just bounces off a really heavy-duty part of the armor, unfortunately. Anything else for you this round?
I can't use a bonus action to reload, can I? Because that was all 4.
Yeah, bonus action is for that. Yep.
Okay. I'll use my bonus action to... I only have one arm. Well, my hand's still functional, right?
It's working-ish. Yeah, you can reload.
Okay.
You slap the side of the pistol and release the chamber. It slides out, and then you sort of sloppily put some bullets in. Yeah. And you just flip it up, ready to go.
I just McCree it.
Nice. All right, that brings us over to...
And that's my turn, and I'll push it down.
Oh, thank you. There you go.
There you go. That's my turn.
Okay. Emil, you are up.
I have forgotten what's the name of the city that we're in.
Blackrock Landing.
All right. Emil takes a big breath, kind of shakes his head a bit to himself. He can't quite believe he's doing this. And then he shouts at the top of his lungs, "For Blackrock Landing, for freedom." And I'm going to step forward.
Amazing. Okay.
Actually,
What the what?
not be in shadows. I am actually out in visible line of sight.
I'm just hearing wide-eyed.
And
We
I'm probably
actually get to see
Emil's
him
probably
real
still
time?
shaking his head like, what am I doing?
That is amazing. and you strut out over a couple of the corpses on the, littering the ground here. You step out and you're just ready to take on whatever.
Pull out my short bow and I'm gonna take a shot at Thornton.
Nice. Okay. Oh. You know what? I'm going to give you advantage as a rule of cool because that was just so amazing that Emil did that. I'm going to say yeah. And you've got your inspiration too.
Point. Don't I have inspiration?
You do. Yep. I got to take one from Kaylin
Okay.
here.
Well, if you're giving me advantage, then I'll do the second roll, but I might use inspiration anyways.
Oh, okay. Woo! That hits.
Okay, so the advantage worked. Let's do this.
Oh, geez, beautiful. Oh, amazing. So as you chant that and you kind of, lift your bow up, yeah, for Blackrock Landing, for freedom, and you draw it, knock the air, and it fires and strikes right above the Achilles tendon in his leg, and he's just totally gets knocked. At this point, he turns around to look at you. Scruffy beard and everything, this gnarled grimace as he's looking back with Warhammer in his hands, just as the elf comes down over his head with his quarterstaff, cracking Thornton on the head with a follow-up blow, thanks to your distraction.
Yes.
That was pretty great.
All right, I guess I'm out here in the middle of the field now. Let's go.
Okay, nice. All right. So
Is that the first time we've actually seen Emil attack?
Probably, yeah. He didn't come out of the shadows. That is so amazing. Anastriana, clutching, having readied her a spell, losing sight of everyone that's over by basically Ormia, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Rabora, Ormia, and Kylos. No, it doesn't reach you two. Kylos is obscured from sight thanks to the dust he cast, used to cast that spell. Rabora and Ormia are right on the outer edge of it where they can be seen, but Anastriana steps out and races up a little bit to this next pillar where she's actually... Just need to have her... you notice, Emil, being this much closer, that Anastriana and Treliana look almost identical. They're both tall. They both have that platinum hair. They both have the same facial features, everything. They don't quite look like twins, but you think they've got to be sisters and really closely. And your suspicions are confirmed as Anastriana steps out. I can't believe you'd side with him. It's the two of us. Fight with me. Leave him behind. You have a place with us. To which Treliana just replies, not a chance, sister. I left you behind. I left the family behind. You're wrong. And you're wicked. And today will be your undoing. She sort of readies her weapon as I choke.
No, die.
Yeah.
Don't die.
So, Anastriana.
Anastriana looks to be a cleric, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then Treliana? Treliana. She looks like a noble.
Yes, and Treliana was the one that used the runic symbol and cast a spell, so she seems to be a spellcaster of some sort.
Okay.
And Anastriana has this almost like a mask, a black mask that's up over her head that she slides down in place in response to her sister's rebuttal. And you see sort of a dark mist start coming off of it. And she's going to... so much to do here. She is going to cast... I wish I had a better description. She clutches her holy symbol, pulls her weapon back, and points it at her sister. And from the end of this, it glows temporarily before this, the divine light from the weapon shifts to this gnarled, greenish black, almost like an acid that fires across over to her sister. Thank goodness that missed. Okay, and missing. Her sister just dodges, and you see it splash against the pillar, and it's almost like there's no resistance. It just eats through it, just with the force of the fling from the weapon, and takes a big chunk, a good 2.5 foot chunk of, eats it out. Looks like Swiss cheese now, not part of the pillar. Sister's like, more of the mist coming off Nostriana's mask. Ooh, Treliana is right after her. That's worked out so well in the initiative. So she's going to... she is actually going to have to target. So in response, she begins... she grabs a spell book off the side and flips a couple pages and starts chanting. Can't quite make out what she's saying. There's still a lot of sounds of battle and cries and screams from outside of this arena area. She steps back a little as she's casting and trips a bit over one of the bodies on the ground and looks back and refocuses on her sister and points just above her sister where the sky erupts in flame and this huge meteor ball of flame starts spinning around like a massive orb in the sky before just firing this pillar of intense flame. Let's see. All right, they're going to do their save. As she basically casts Fireball. Let's see who's on Thornton. Little off from her sister in order to catch Thornton as well.
What it is.
This pillar strikes the ground and blasts a blast wave of dirt out and flame as it curls up from striking the dirt outward, burning the two of them. Thornton was not expecting that, and you can see it just wash over him. Hair gets singed and burnt, and you hear him scream this gnarly. Turns around again. This time he's got the ends of his beard are little burning embers. Part of his cloak is burnt up. A bunch of his armor is tarnished. He actually took quite a bit of damage from that. And Treliana, seeing that done, closes her book, puts it under her arm, and backs around the back of this pillar. Oops.
Seeing Thornton kind of get smacked like that, or Mia's just kind of grin to herself.
Nice.
Tempted to get out the popcorn, just like,
Nice. Rabora, what's she gonna do? Rabora says, now they're distracted. Cover me to Ormia. Cover me. She turns around the pillar and starts waving her hands like this on either side as these wafts of smoky air fill up, start following her hands. And it's like she's grasping this arcane energy, and she lets fly whoosh, 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 4 different missiles as she casts Magic Missile on 3 or on Nastriana. That's craptastic damage. Well, it's Rabora. And they all strike, but they're sort of... One hits the pillar that knocks some stone into her face, and the other one sort of strike kind of tough spots. Side of her shoulder, side of her thigh. Whatever armor she's wearing, you can see that the black mist from the mask has sort of enveloped her body a bit. It seems to be just she's taking damage, but not as much as Rabor was hoping. Okay, and they're not that. So, where am I even? I'm sorry. It was Crystal's turn. There we go. There's so many people in the combat tracker. So Crystal is just this whole time she's just been watching Emil. She was like, she saw Emil like just okay, let's do this. So she, you sense her sort of hustling up Emil. She runs. Let's do this. I've got your back. She whispers over your shoulder. She runs up. And,
yeah, I got yours. Yeah, sorry.
15, 20. She's going to, what's your speed here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, she's sort of going to whisper that as she runs across this way. I don't think she's going to run next to you, but she's going to whisper it. We've got this. Runs over to Trilena. I think that's what it was, Trilena. And she cannot do sneak attack, but she has a couple of neat attacks that she can do here. And she's got this insane dagger. So she sneaks up and you see her quietly draw out 2 really finely crafted daggers, spins them around and goes to try and drive them up on the torso on either side of Trilena. No, I'm sorry, short swords. Neat. First one hits. Okay. And then she actually has to do a Constitution saving throw. She fails. Oh my gosh, this is going to be brutal. Okay. And then she swings with the other short sword, pulls it out, tries to drive it up as well. Which hits. You took too many from us. Just slowly almost pushes it into her side, dealing another 6 points of damage. You see Treliana react to the initial wound, but then a moment later, she yaks behind the pillar, and you can see her complexion's getting pale, like she's been poisoned. And she's now facing Crystal, ready to engage with her. Thornton Lifespark, that's been having his butt handed to him, is he's not going to disengage from Thetis. Ooh. Oh no, that's after, right? Okay, he's going to. He drops his warhammer, and from his waist he draws out this flail, swings it around up in the air a couple times, and tries to come down on Thetis' head. He's going to attack. You hear another crack of thunder as this mace attack strikes true in its first bit of damage here. Okay. How many do we have? Okay. And then he comes back around with the flail a second time. Wow, they're all rolling really well. Thankfully, it's against each other.
Let them fight. Let them fight.
Just let them destroy each other.
Mm-hmm. Already his beard has been put out by this torrential rain. The dirt here is slowly becoming mud. It's not there yet, but it's soaking a lot of dirt. The water's a really heavy driving force. Okay, so he does these 2 attacks, and he did the other damage. And he goes, not today! This city will be ours! And he draws it back and uses his action, sort of action surge. And he comes down again with his flail, since that was working well. That hits. Okay, and actually, just do it again, because action surge, and that hits. Jeez, okay. He's just pummeling him. 4 hits in a row with his flail as Thetis, who just has these long white robes on and doesn't have much in the way of armor, is trying to dance out of the way, but is unable to this time around. Oh, gosh. Okay, Kylo. Sorry, a bunch of the NPCs are in a row here. Oh, right. No, can't do that yet.
Can I safely say that Kylos and Rabora can be turned green?
Yeah, I think so. Let's do
Green or
that.
maybe yellow.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, Rabora was up here. Okay. Kylos is going to... You'll see him just emerge from the smoke, running over, seeing Emil, being roused by Emil, call to battle. He comes running out, and he reaches down and picks up some of the burnt remains of tent material that's flown over here, and it's sort of ashy at this point and kind of soaked in the rain. You see him pull from his pocket some small granules of something, place them in his hands together, rub them together, and throws it out, this little ball that turns into dust and just spreads out wide, maybe like 35, 40 feet wide. And then he looks up at it, snaps his fingers, and it ignites in this huge wall of fire. What's the range? Okay, you can make a wall up to 60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick, is what he's going to do. And I need to figure out quickly how to mark, so I'm just going to do... where are the shapes? I know they're in here somewhere. Well, whatever. So he draws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can go pretty far. He's just going to kind of cut off this, this section here. It's only 1 foot thick. Such a terrible drawing. As this wall of flame erupts there. So everyone behind it is obscured by this perpetual wall of flame. The rain is striking the end. It's turning to steam immediately. And which also hasn't worked its way over towards all of you yet, but there's a lot of steam, a lot of heat near there currently. And that's all Kylos is going to do this round. Okay, then Thetis takes his turn. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so you guys aren't sure what he does. No one can see him. That's a pretty cool thing. All right, they're not here. Okay, Kaylin, at long last. I mean, you've watched all this transpire. You're like, okay, you're up.
I think Kaylin is going to run up to Emil. And I'm actually going to hold my action until someone attacks him.
Okay. You hustle up and sort of stand guard, almost like 1 foot in front, like.
And I want to draw, I want to draw my sword, get ready, right in front of him, ready to go if someone attacks him.
Beautiful. Awesome. Rain.
You can still shoot over your head.
Yeah. So more, Emil, you see that.
Jump.
Kaylin hustles up. She just takes like a half a step in front of you, draws her swords on either side. Rain on her armor there before you.
Flying in the wind.
It really is.
I narrow my eyes.
Even more. Awesome. Okay, that brings us to Malos.
Come on, Mallows.
Malice is just going to take a few steps forward.
Mhm.
I can grab my
That's
Come
deal.
on. And turn around and walk out.
That's it.
And just take a
No.
drink from his satchel because he has no idea what's going on.
Nice.
There's a big wall of ugly in front of him, and everybody ran away.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Felix, you're up.
Okay, Felix is just going to go ahead and move behind Crystal. And from here, I'm not within that wall of fire. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep. I don't think
Nice.
it's 5 feet. So.
Cool. I'm just not sure how accurate the drawing
Oh,
is.
gotcha.
I'd imagine.
Yeah, you're fine then. Yeah.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Felix is going to try to grapple Trilliana.
Okay. Nice.
Gonna go ahead and do an athletics check. I'm not gonna get advantage
Okay.
on it, right? Because
Actually, I mean, you're. Yeah, I don't know how that would work if it's not an attack.
right.
I'm gonna say that I'll give you advantage as a rule of cool because she's also just took a bunch of poison damage and she's really distracted. So go ahead if you want to do it, and it's a big
Okay.
fight. All right, Trilliana.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll get the first number. Please.
Yeah. All right, so she can do either a Dex or Con, but she's going to go with Dex. Oh no, she got a 5. Okay. So how do you want to grapple her? Is there any particular way you want to?
Let's do just like a arm around a chokehold, kind of like that.
Okay. Run up behind her. You get her in the chokehold.
Yeah.
You feel her sort of clammy and sweaty from all the poison.
See.
Does that mean
actually,
she can't do somatic components of her spells now?
Nope. She's fine. She's
It was
just
worth
sick.
asking.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and do a second wind because I think that's a bonus action.
Okay.
Is there? Let's see. Is it under actions?
Uh,
No. Second wind. There it is. Heal. All right.
Nice.
Cool. And that's gonna be it.
All right, back to is that back to the top? Okay, so I'm gonna just to make sure I'm getting everyone mixed together here. I'm gonna jump over quickly as this battle rages on over to
One quick
Brixi.
question. Can I fire through that firewall?
You can certainly try. Yeah,
Well, like, can I see through it?
you can't see through it now.
Okay, all right.
you
That
can
changes what I'm
certainly
going to do,
try.
so good
Okay.
Just need some
You
good
can
tech
certainly
skills.
try. I wonder where I've heard that before.
Yeah. So Brixi and Emrysina, you guys are already in the wagon. You're riding back to. First stop is the building, the business here, the catering business. You're back in the covered wagon, sort of hiding out in the back with Ren, who's in pain and groaning in Ayler's sort of lifeless body. There's a woman in front. She had introduced herself as Betsy, and she's driving the wagon, and she's been asking questions about what did you see, what happened, this and that. Is there anything you want to do with concerning Ren and Ayler while you're on this first part of the trip, or anything in the wagon?
Can I do a 3rd level cure wounds on at least one of them?
Sure.
Okay, how does that work?
Let's see. If you go into the right, I took them off the combat tracker, so just let me find Brixi here.
So it'd be 3d8, right? Says when you cast it using the spell slot 2nd level or higher, you increase by d8 for each slot above. For each slot level above first. So that'd be 3d8.
Yep, you
3d8 plus your wisdom modifier.
You drag
Yep.
your the heal thing out, and then right click 2 times, and then we'll add the extra 2 dice.
Oh,
and then just roll it in chat. Nice.
No, not
14. Okay, let me make a note. 14.
Who are you healing? What? At least one of them. I don't know who.
Go ahead and pick which one you
Because
want
I
to heal.
don't know who these people are. So.
One seems to be
Brixi.
lifeless, and the other one seems to be semi-conscious, but in a lot of pain. One of them looks
Okay,
dead.
He's the one-armed man we met earlier.
Okay, then I heal the one arm man.
Okay.
Well, I healed the son. Okay, there we go.
All right. You kind of lay your hands down on the boy and pour your healing energy into this broken body. He doesn't seem to shift. There seems to be no difference. He seems to be dead. Em, you're sitting there seeing this too, Em, as she casts a very strong. You feel the presence of this healing magic as she pours it in, and there's just nothing. The road wagon continues. Rain pouring and pattering on the top of the covered wagon as it gets really quiet. The silence really sets in as you hear that, and you just hear the groans of pain from Ren. Wriggles and writhes. You do hear and someone hops right into the back of the wagon with you. A young teenage kid. And she tries to walk past you up towards the front. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. She leans out.
I'm gonna whip out my dagger real quick and be like, "Who are you?"
Oh, you certainly startle easily. I'm just here to talk to Betsy.
Who are you?
Now, Em, were you with the party when that girl stole Felix's staff?
Is this that girl?
Yeah, if you were there, you would recognize her. I can't remember if you were with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, it's her, Nala.
Okay.
Yep, her name's Nala.
It's gonna take me a second to recognize her then.
Okay.
After doing, I'm just gonna keep on. But it's gonna take me a minute to recognize her and be like,
okay.
Wait, you're... Apparently my child wants to join in the background too.
Nice. Many children on the streets.
Yeah, here's your background noise for the kids on the street. I put my dagger down. I'm like, go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, you're... and that's when she recognizes you. She looks like she wants to ask you something, but she turns over to Betsy. Betsy, they were with him.
Am I close
right?
enough to hear the conversation?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys are sort of sitting in a moderately small back of the wagon, covered
While
wagon.
she's talking to Betsy, I'm gonna move closer to the boy and start checking vitals and like everything. But I'm still listening. I'm being nosy.
Neat, nice. Em, go ahead and make a medicine check then if you want.
Can I assist her with that medicine check so she can have advantage?
Mm-hmm. Yep, go ahead and with advantage as Brixi also leans over after the healing spell doesn't work. A 20, nice. Okay, so you're doing that, and I'll give you the result here in a moment. As Nala's asking, okay, they didn't all make it back. These people were definitely with the other two, and where are they? And Betsy, you hear them sort of talking about what's happened, and Betsy gives her an update that's missing a bunch of information because Betsy doesn't really know. So that's going on. You're checking Ayler, and yeah, he was just blasted so hard by that explosion. It basically just ruptured most of what's inside him. It's just sort of like a soft gelatinous sort of touch where you should be feeling some solid organs and some other things. It's just this poor, lifeless body.
I give a very concerning look to Brixie, and I just shake my head no. He didn't make it. I don't know what to tell him.
Well, can we try to find a cleric that can bring them back to life? And at this point, Brixie's just confused of what is going on, because Brixie has really experienced somebody dying, except for Felix almost dying.
Right. Okay. That's at that point. Nala turns back. She kind of, once again looks down at the people she walked over, not really noticing them as she entered the thing. Oh, Betsy said it was bad, but I didn't realize it was this bad. Is everyone else all right? The one with this fire stick, and the rogue guy.
Yes, everyone else is fine. Might I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you know any clerics around here?
No, there isn't much magic allowed, on this side. I try to steer clear of the clerics. They were all at the Crucible. I mean, that's sort of their ground zero for them. That's where all the churches are and such. But outside,
are there any underground? Do you know?
I mean, we do. The guild usually has, one or two on hand. Probably back at. Let's see. Let me just do a quick check to see. I feel like she's probably. Oh, right, she was. Yeah, I forgot. She's got that whole backstory thing. Well, there's and she looks down and sort of it registers that this is the lion. She seems to have a moment of recognition. Well, if you're going back to the Haven, they'll probably have someone there. That might be your best bet, as I don't know what's going on back there. But what happened there? Is it really as bad as everyone says it is?
As much as I think that you shouldn't know such things, it really is as bad as people say it is.
I have to help them. Betsy kind of turns her head. Nala, because mind you, Nala's about 16 years old. She's got the short, ruffly red hair and the freckles and a bit of a dirty face from living on the streets. And Betsy yells back, Nala, it's not a place for you. It's not a place for you, please. She turns back and says, the others, are they in good health? Are they following you?
They decided to stay behind and are currently in a battle. But please, you should not be there. And if you just should not go back. I would take who you know if they're out here with you or in the surrounding area and leave as soon as possible.
She kind of looks back at Betsy and then you, and okay, thank you. Thank you. She seems kind of troubled, and I hope you get to the Haven and find the cleric. She kind of looks at the the lifeless body of Ayler. I hope you make it back there quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you. She kind of
An insight check to see what is bothering her.
Okay. Go for it.
Did it? Nope. It's pretty hard to read.
You're not sure. She seems to be kind of fond of at least Felix and Emil that she kind of referenced specifically over the other people. So She's probably just concerned about them. And as she kind of scurries by and hops off the wagon, it continues to ride on back to the business there. And that's where we'll take our bio break, I think. Since it's just about
Already?
time. Yeah.
Oh,
And
when
yeah.
has the time gone by? Holy crap.
That was one round of combat.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
6 seconds, guys.
Holy crap.
Dun, dun, dun. Lots of stuff going on. When we come back, we'll start we'll go back to the battle at the top of the round with Ormia when we get back. So, yeah, all right. We'll be back in about 5 to 8 minutes. I guess I'll leave our sound on so we can talk to chat and stuff.
I like that.
And I'll put our little be right back thing up. So we'll catch you all in about 5 to 8 minutes. Thank you so much. Maybe the way out coming back down.
Having Tim Tams. Surprisingly, Big Lots here in Muskogee are selling them for $1 versus like $3-6 at Target. So I'm just like, my mom stocked up on them. I was like, what? What is this glorious?
Big Lots can have some good snacks for good prices. You just have to look at expiration dates and stuff, but most of them are fine.
Nev, you never heard of what a Tim Tam is? What? That's what? Nev, are you being for real? What? You don't know what it? Oh. Yeah, what the heck? Neb, are you being for real? If you are, then you need to get your butt into Australia.
Is Tim Tam Australian?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought they were Asian.
But here's
Pocky sticks.
Pocky sticks are a delicacy. Here's the fun fact.
Yes.
After creating an irresistible chocolatey biscuit, aeronauts needed to find a suitable name. Australian baker Ross Arnott found the inspiration at a U.S. racetrack in 1958 as the winning horse Tim Tam galloped across the finish line. Since then, Tim Tam has become one of Australia's most beloved biscuits. So, Tim Tam is an American. It is named after a U.S. racehorse.
Interesting.
Sam, did you hear my little spiel about Tim Tam?
Yes.
My mother is Australian, so
Oh.
stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
So the company that makes Tim Tams, Arnott's,
Arnott.
they're Australian, so they have a whole bunch of cookies and crackers and stuff. So whenever we get a package from my family there, we get the real Tim Tams.
They're not bad. I can't really tell the difference.
Yeah, no, there's really no difference because they're imported, but
Australia has the different flavor. I got Tim Tams while I was in Australia, and I ate those in a week, and I regret because I'm just like, ugh. I need to ask my sister if she can bring me back more flavors.
Now the real thing you need are Jaffas. Oh, those are my favorites. Jaffa's and caramel.
Pocky
I
is
don't know if-
overrated, but then again, I'm not a big milk chocolate fan. I've never had Pocky.
I don't know if they make Jaffas anymore, but I wish they did because they're so good. It's orange flavored chocolate in like in a hard candy shell. It's thicker than like an M&M shell.
Wait,
So
is it
it's like-
the UK's equivalent to a chocolate orange or different?
No, they're like this big. They're like Whopper sized.
What?
Yeah. And so it's just chocolate orange on the inside and a hard candy shell on the and it's pretty thick hard candy shell on the outside.
Neb. Okay, you've
So
heard
good.
of Jaffers, but you've never heard of Tim Tams. Come on, dude. Come on.
Jaffas. Jaffas. And my mother still remembers the commercials from that they showed, back in the 70s. And so she sings them all the time. And so I get them stuck in my head.
Nice. Nice.
I'll be right back.
Oh, and Neb. I know it, but I've never heard of them.
Yeah, I don't like Pocky either. I like chocolate too much that Pocky just does not have enough chocolate on it.
I need to go get more drink, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I really want some coffee, so I can't have a Tim Tam Slam. And Kevin, yes, you do need to get on that. I don't know if you can hear me. I found an app to where I can with all the D&D spells, so I can just type in the spell and that can pop up without me looking for it in the book.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
nice.
Tiny servant? What?
Yeah, that's a
Xanthars. You
Yeah.
touch one tiny non-magical object that isn't attached to other objects or a surface and isn't being carried by another creature.
Isn't that part of artificing, I think, maybe?
Huh?
Isn't that part of being an artificer?
I don't know, but it's
Artificer
from the
stuff.
School of Transmutation. I will be surprised if Caleb does not use that. Oh, has anybody?
If it's anything Critical Role, I'm not really
my
caught up.
goodness.
Sam, yeah.
Asmodeus.
What episode are you on?
Very, very far behind. I think I'm on episode 12.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell people if they're like, super far behind. I'm like, oh, you've been busy then.
Yes.
I have not caught up on Critical Role, but I know the gist because Danny Carr's amazing Critical Recap,
It's
where
great.
I can just watch it and then I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a lot of stuff, which I
Mhm.
enjoy. Oh, excuse me. And
Yeah, I've been watching
finally-
them off and on.
You haven't seen last night. Yeah, I was having a bad night, and I was just like, I didn't want to deal with chat,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
Because chat can be so stupid sometimes. I don't know how I put up with it. I
The
don't know
Geek
how
and
any
Sundry
of
chat
us-
there, whatever.
What?
The Geek and Sundry chat.
Twitch chat? Yeah, I'm a
On Twitch.
Jay, and you forget that I am a mod for Geek and Sundry's Twitch.
Right.
Ugh,
Ugh.
I don't know,
Let's see most recent.
but people were being stupid.
I'm gonna put the
Just
cameras
like-
back on.
Just like asking stupid questions. I'm just like,
Stop
really?
people
Come
stealing. All right.
see, this is what I do. I watch what I can and then watch the rebroadcast with chat that is a lot calmer than the live chat.
Oh, right.
I mean, it's easier to talk to people, and people are not. Oh yeah. For those who don't know, and you're new to the channel, you can see me in Geek and Sundry's chat because I'm a mod. Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know if this is official yet, but we may start calling ourselves Knights and Sundry because
Oh.
get it.
Yeah. Nice. Humor Whittle. All right.
Yeah, I've been a mod for a year.
That long now, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see where. All right. Yeah, he's pretty far down, so I'm going to jump back in since Felix is a bit further down in the battle. Oh, and he's back! Yay!
Hi.
Okay, so back the arena. Once again, there's this huge wall of flame that you can't really see through for the people in the top right there. 60 feet wide, whatever it was, 20 feet tall and a foot thick. Rain, torrential downpour, just creating all this steam as it pelts this wall of flame. Emil really roused everyone with his just stepping forward, especially those of you that know him, as he stepped forward into the very center of the battlefield and, just declared for Blackrock Landing and for, was it peace? I forget the second name, but it was really rousing.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was badass. Yeah. All right, so Ormia, we are back around to your turn, currently over by Rabora there.
Excellent. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to, since I can't see him, I'm going to target her instead.
Okay.
Ooh, that is not a disadvantage.
Nice.
So I will shoot,
Hits.
and I will damage, lame damage.
Oh,
I will shoot once more.
okay.
Oh,
That hits so close. Nice.
Nice.
I hope somebody caught that. Oh my gosh.
Somebody clip that.
If someone,
Oh, and then minimum damage.
but if someone is grappled,
But hey, at
does that
least
give
you got
advantage?
damage.
Oh, no.
I don't.
Yeah.
Is that because I'm doing a ranged attack?
Oh wait, no. That's when they're paralyzed.
Okay,
I
so
should
so
know
wouldn't
because
that mean-
we fought my other D&D group fought somebody who was paralyzed and we got advantage on the. No, never mind.
Okay.
No, it's an advantage. I'm thinking of something else. It's an automatic if they're paralyzed.
Gotcha.
Grappled, creature speed becomes 0, can't benefit from any bonus. Condition ends if it's pass. Well, but just
No.
they can't move.
Okay, so Felix just has her in this headlock, and as you just line up, fire off
It's
2 shots.
just like shooting a target.
Nice, goom goom. It strikes off her a little bit off the shoulder. You're also trying to be careful not to hit Felix, so it does damage, but not quite as much as if you were just going full bore. All right, anything else for Ormia?
That's my turn.
Okay, Emil, you're
I'm
back
going to
up.
go put a child to bed, so I'll be back.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm going to. I'll just quickly shout out. I guess kind of aimed at Malice, but really kind of everyone. Neither the clerics nor the treacherous nobles can win this day. We have to stop them. And with that, I will run over towards Trelena. And I'll draw my rapier as I do, and I'll take a swing at her.
Nice.
And that's not even worth inspiration, so there you go.
All right. And that brings us to, Anastriana. What is she going to do here? So many things. 15. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. So, Anastriana, from the northern part of the map, walks around the edge of the wall of flame, past a couple of the pillars. And just as you see this happening, let me just double check this spell again here. So 30, 5, 10, 15, 15, 10, 15. I think that she would probably... Malos, Kylos, who's an NPC, and Kaylin, just as you see her walk around, the air in front of you begins to get thick and milky black, and just darkness falls over you. You can't see anything. There's no texture or feel to it. It's just completely black and dark now.
And that doesn't, even for dark vision, right?
You see nothing. Okay. And Emil and everyone else that's outside of that range, you just see this big oval almost, or sphere of darkness fall over like a heavy fog in this 30-foot area around the three of them. And that's all she can do. Oh, Trelena's getting smoked here. All right. No, that's a different one, right? All right, who's here? Crystal? Oh, no, it's Crystal and Emil. She's really hurt, right? Yeah, she's pretty wounded. She looks pale. She's sweating from the poison. She's grappled. Now, the grapple, again, what are her limitations under a grapple? Her speed 0.
I don't have a DM screen in front of me right now.
I should keep my physical copy out. And Armenia's gone. I just don't dare run another thing on the computer. That's all right. I'll take a quick look.
Hey, Dan, I got you. Got mine out.
Oh, perfect. Just looking for the grapple condition.
Grapple.
Okay.
Poison prone.
Oh, I think Ed's got it.
Grappled. A grapple creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit. But the conditions ends if the grapple's incapacitated. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grapple creature from the reach of the grapple or grappling effect, such as when a creature is hurled away by the Thunderwave spell.
Okay. Alright, so there's really an effect removes the grapple, so they can still attack and do all the regular stuff, and there's no disadvantage. It's just they can't move. Locked in. Okay. So she's been pulling at your choke lock here, Felix. She's been trying to grapple it. Finally, she sees Crystal that did all this damage, and Emil's run up. He's got his rapier and is trying to have at her as well. So she moves a couple of her hands as best she can as she crafts again this runic symbol that forms in air. And it has this iridescent look where you see a number of the colors of the rainbow as it starts to spin around and around. She presses her hands on it, and a cone of color bursts forth. Let's see.
I think she gets disadvantages on her attack rolls.
Thanks. A dazzling array of flashing colored light springs forth from her hand. And
oh no! I think I know what this spell is. Oh no!
Alright, so she's just going to roll her 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jeff, question. Do you still have your inspiration die from last?
Crystal.
Yes.
Cool.
She can't get crystal, and I don't know if there's even enough to get a meal, to be honest. Let me just scroll back up and see. Okay, so she can get a meal. Yeah. I know how the rest of that works. All right, with creatures. Sorry, Sterling. So is okay. So Emil, as this happens, this color spray flashes over your eyes and sears them with pain, like little bits of dust just scraping the corneas, and you are blinded currently.
Oh no.
Okay, but that's all she can do. She's still trying to, kind of wrestling to get free.
So Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm currently in darkness though. So would that? I held my action last time.
You did.
But I wouldn't be able to see to get over to him, would I?
That's a good question. All right, let's think. So in order to use that, yeah, you'd have to.
Would I even know that he was even getting attacked?
You know what? Make a perception check to see if you're hearing any incantation or anything, because it is really heavy rain and thunder rolling, so you might not.
Okay. Okay. I mean, like, if so, understandable. I just want
Yeah. No, I'm going to give you a chance just in
get
case.
my attack in.
I had advantage?
All right, so it's 21 perception?
Yeah. We'll go with that, and I'll figure out the advantage later. Yeah. 21? You do. So I'm going to say you can charge in that direction.
Okay.
But if you're...
So him right there, that's Crystal. So I'm right there by her. So should I try and attack her, or
go for it
with disadvantage, or since it's dark, or
nope, you're out of the darkness over here.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to hit her with one of my short swords. Oh no.
And this is.
Oh wait, it didn't. I didn't have her targeted.
Let me see if the 10 hits. What is she? I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
That one misses, but
okay.
Now you can't use your bonus action, but you do. It is your attack action, and you have 2 attacks, so you can use a second straight up attack.
No, short sword it is. And why isn't it going?
I think you've got a control.
Weird. Okay.
Click. Anyway, that hits.
13. No, that hits?
Nice.
All right, so 9.
All right. You charge up, you slash down at the first with the first sword, and it clicks the stone pillar. Nice. Next one, you right and just go down for a gash. She's really starting to look pretty gnarly, pretty hurt.
Yeah.
Did you apply that damage to her?
Oh, right. Thank you.
Sure. I don't know why it didn't. I don't know.
Should be okay. Yeah, it's not looking too hot. All right. Rabor runs out, tries to run out of this darkness here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She comes out next to Ormia. And she probably wants to try and put an end to this person. So she is going to cast her magic missile at, what is she? She probably wouldn't do that crazy. 1, No. That's way too many. My right click thing is off. And she's self-targeted.
Right.
Sorry, I need to figure out what's going on. Let's try that again. Okay, anyway, this should be magic missile. 2. Alright, that's for first level. Okay. Once again, as she's running, she's starting to already make these motions, and the swirling smoke appears, and the clenched bits of arcane energy. She starts releasing them as she's running. This time there are 6 of these magic missiles, and and they just blast into Trelena. She's already been grappled and held in place. She just has really nowhere to run. Felix, still, you feel some of the concussive force behind her, Felix, as you're trying to, maintain your grip. And that ends Rabora's turn. Crystal leans in. Let me just see what her... Trelena, what are you at? Crystal leans in, and she's going to... do her short sword attack. Oh, that misses, but she has multi-attack for a second strike. Okay, this one hits. She leans in, and just as Felix is holding on to her, she doesn't even swipe. She just puts the blade of her short sword along Trelena's neck. And this one is for my sister. Slashes it to the side. Blood just sprays across the pillar to the side, and a little bit on Felix, who's trying to hold on to her back here. If Felix, you let go, like to spare your arms and keep him out of danger, as Trelena just drops dead on the spot. And that's the end of Crystal's turn. She shakes off the blood a little bit. Who's next? Kind of starts looking around. Okay. And then, good old Thornton. What does he have left? All right, he's going to continue his flail attack. That hits. Of course, you guys don't know this. I'm just going to zip through this. This is all behind the wall. And that's the last way we can... How many does he have of this? Oh, actually, I have to take that last one back. He can only do 2 attacks. So that's actually that much damage. Okay. You just hear the sounds of the flail swinging around behind the fire and the heavy pour of the rain. The floor of the arena has soaked up so much water now that as you're walking, it's sloshing. And there's like a ½ an inch of water sitting on top of what's now become mud, and it's become difficult terrain to walk through.
Yeah.
Another huge roll of thunder snaps. It cracks right overhead and makes you jump for a minute like it's an impending attack. So you see the sky light up. All right, Kylos, what you gonna do? He's going to drop his wall of fire here. Wall of fire gets rained out. Just dwindles down to nothing as the rain hammers it into the muddy arena floor. You see behind Thornton still swinging back and forth with his flail striking the Thetis. Kylos is going to... Okay, I think that's something he would do. Let me just move this so I can target peeps. You see him put his hand on a satchel on his side, just places his hand on it, and slowly begins to unclasp the buttons on the front of it, reach his hand in, as he's uttering a spell. Where is it here? Okay. Ooh, one's a success, one's a fail. Okay. Once again, he reaches in and pulls his hand up, blows off what looks like burning embers, float out of his hand through the rain and form into another giant flaming sphere, much like Rabora did, right over Thornton and Thetis, as a pillar of fire pours down on the two of them. Burn, baby. Oh, so many dice.
Finish them.
Awesome. Oh, what did it untarget them? That's silly. No, it shouldn't be doing damage to. That's ridiculous. All right, let's try that again. Did that do it? Here we go. Okay. Oh, nice. All right. The fire pours down on the two of them. Thetis, leaning down, seems to use some sort of magical aura to try and partially protect himself from the flames. Pulls up his cloak. Thornton is just flail still in hand as this pillar just engulfs him and he disappears from your sight. And when the flame disappears, you see parts of his armor sitting on the ground with just a smoking husk that seems to be slowly cooking as the rain puts it out.
Mm-hmm.
Thornton Life Spark is no more. Theodos is, jeez, right? He should. What's he gonna try and do?
Bloodthirsty.
Nice. Like, no more trouble here. No, that would take too long. What's this? What? Okay. Thetis starts through the rain. You're not sure what he's doing. It looks like he's just standing there, still, moving his fingers as though he's perhaps casting something or just having a nervous breakdown. However, Rabora shouts from behind you, "Not today!" and casts a counter spell
Oh.
What?
as her reaction. We just bump it up.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
It's third.
Dan just countered himself.
I know. I feel weird doing it, but I'm like, she'd do it. And that's
Character choice, not person.
all right. So she does have to roll because that's a 5th level spell. So. All right, and this is a DC 10 plus a so. Okay, so what is she rolling here? Ability check using spellcasting ability. Okay. All right, Rabora, come on. Which is
The fact that he's rooting for the counterspell worries me.
Me too.
right.
What was it?
You
Fail.
see her cast her, and you see him sort of squint his eyes at Rabora, but other than that, you don't really see anything else happening.
So it worked.
Well, not sure yet.
Or did it?
Okay, Kaylin, you're up.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna kind of see and look around, look at Theodos over there, and just start marching towards him with my short swords drawn out,
Nice.
dropping over to him through the rain, through the mud,
Mm,
and
Oh, control click. Should target.
We get that? Yeah, I think.
He's not
Yeah.
targeted yet. I don't think.
He would show it in the
Oh, there it
There
is.
we
There
go.
you
Okay.
Ooh, that hits.
Yeah. What's that? Okay. Very good with that one.
Hits.
And-
Okay. Go, Kaylin.
All right.
That
Okay.
does. But you know what, though? Hang on, because your other one didn't apply to him for some reason. Did it?
Hello, fantasy ground. You.
Oh, no, I guess it did. Yeah, okay, it did. I'm sorry. Okay, so you do that. You slosh through the mud and rain, and just swing down one short sword after the other, and both just kind of slash, tearing open the front of his robe across his chest.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's your action and bonus. Do you have anything else you want to do this turn?
No, I'll just smirk at him
Nice. And don't
through my narrowed eyes.
and don't forget you have your superiority dice, or I forget if you've actually used them or not. But just
My maneuvers?
yeah, things like that if you haven't used them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know what they are. Yeah.
Nice.
I got him.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay, Malos, you're up. Yay.
Do I know who casted the dark area?
Yeah, I would say. Well, make a perception check. Probably it's a low DC. You saw what's her name walk around the fire before. Oh yeah. Yep. So it's you know that it was Anastriana up north.
Okay. Then Malice is gonna kind of stumble his way until he's out of the darkness and sees her, and then comes up here to party.
Nice.
Rage.
No rage.
That's uncouth.
Nice. Let me see what her DC is.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry.
No problem. No, that one misses as you swing the first battle axe. The rain, the grip slips just a little bit in the heavy rain. Second one, you correct, and it hits.
Excellent.
I know what
Nice.
Brixi's next task is going to be.
This is the third one.
Did that do anything?
She's taking damage. Yeah. You slashed down and and struck.
It was a little laggy for me.
Oh, gotcha. Cuts her arm.
Beauty.
Cuts further. Little blood sprays out.
I heard that echo.
And that's my turn.
Nice. Face to face, standing off against her, just smirk.
Yep.
All right, Felix. You're up.
Felix is just gonna dash to the other side of Anastriana and end his turn. That's all I can do.
Okay. You just take off in the mud and rain and slide up behind her on the other side, all cool anime slidey like. All right, top of the round. Ormia and Barbora, please make a perception check. You know what? Emil and Crystal can too, because you guys are close enough. Let me just get Barbora to roll perception check here. I guess she technically can't. We'll just do this one. Jeez, everybody sees all the stuff. Emil, Ormia, and Barbora.
They see everything.
Yeah.
You can see and turn and the golly, I can't think. The ether plane. There we go.
Nice. You hear through the rain a bit of huffing. Splish, splash, splish. Come on. As a young red-headed girl catches up. Daggers drawn.
Oh God.
She kind of slides right
No.
up next to Orbia and behind Rabora. Here, are they? And she's kind of looking around. Actually, I'm just going to have her do a perception check to see if she spots everybody. No, she's just kind of frantically looking around, trying to see through the rain currently. She sees you or me, of course, because she's standing there on Rabora, and I think she would definitely see Emil and Crystal, who all saw her. Here.
Really?
Just to clarify, I don't think I see her because I'm blind.
Oh, right, you're still blinded.
By the light.
Nice. Nope, all you heard was some breath that, and with the rain, she's a little too far away to hear. Oh, he's good. He's all right. But where's... And she's just kind of looking around now up towards, like, Felix area, searching around for Felix. But that's top of the round anyway. I'm just going to have her... She's already in the order. So, Ormia, it's your turn.
I'm gonna kind of be like, what are you doing? This is no place for a child. Get out of here.
Oh.
I'm just gonna kind of just shove her back.
And she slips and
Just
falls in the mud.
Just not
On her
like
butt.
too hard. Just
Wow.
like a
Yeah.
get going sort of push. Not like
Yeah.
not like I'm trying to hurt her. Just
She
like
still
a,
slips and
get-
falls. Yeah.
Oh,
It's just
sorry,
muddy.
go.
Yeah. That's it.
go.
I can't.
And then I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Guys.
and I'm going to shoot more. Yeah.
Woo! That hits.
And
Nice.
one more.
You fire the first one off. It strikes true. Yep. That one hits too. Fire the second round off. And
And
strikes right through the shoulder.
this last one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this last one, I'm gonna see if I can't try to just connect with her through that and see if I can do the life siphon at a distance.
As you go to do that, it feels almost dry and empty. Like you just don't have that pull that you were feeling before. That magnetic force almost that draws it out. It's not there.
All right. Okay, and here's the damage. There you go.
Woo! Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Right to the
And
shoulder.
bonus action reload.
Okay. Again, you hit the side of the gun out and clumsily load the bullets with your sort of bad arm and lock it back in place. Emil, you are up. Let me just check, Emil, on that spell to make sure. I feel like it's just it for a while, but I'm gonna say go ahead and do a Constitution saving throw. I'll let you do it right at the top of your turn and see if you
Okay, sure.
can shake
Sorry, I was
it.
just reading the spell to see what it had.
Okay. Nope, not quite. You kind of put your eyes up in the rain and try and wash it out, but it's in there and it's done some scratching already. So I think that's just disadvantage and stuff.
I think given his condition, Emil is going to move over here. He's going to try and feel, because he's aware that the pillar is somewhere nearby, so he's going to try and head over to it and try and duck behind it.
Okay.
And then probably, kind of claw at his eyes or rub them or try and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Although he is familiar with the spell.
Ah.
I am a wizard. No, I'm not,
He's a wizard. after all.
Fantastic. You know what? Because you're doing that as your action, it's at the top of your turn, but if you're taking your action to do that, you can try a second time with a Constitution save as you're purposely trying to work that out.
I do not like Constitution.
Again, you're trying to watch that, and you can sort of partially see a little bit, but it's still it would be at disadvantage, but you can kind of like fuzzy see out of your eyes. All right, what is she gonna do? Ooh, what on earth is this? Missed you. Yeah, she doesn't have that.
Dan's rediscovering all the NPC abilities.
It's the crazy stuff.
It's like, I forgot how cool I made these people.
Yeah. Ooh, I think she definitely do this. How many does? Let's see.
No, Dan, she wouldn't. Anything that sounds cool, no.
Okay.
Pass.
So she, sees that she's being surrounded, and she does like a sort of a sidestep to try and step around Felix and round him. But Malos, you get an attack of opportunity as she slips around and behind where Felix was there. Hits. Nice. Oh, good damage too. She tries to run, and you just, if she hadn't been running, you would have stuck the bat right in her back. But it just kind of cuts a section down the back. She whips around behind Felix, does the double step, and then takes something. Almost looks like a little pill, like a white circular pill. Takes it out of a pouch, swallows it. And pours out this toxic, green, murky, spewing acid breath.
Oh, crap.
Neat.
Oh, shite.
That does, let's see. Just want to give a cool description here. So basically, it's in a 30-foot line that is 5 feet wide. So it's going to be saving throws, so that's good. Saves. Let's see if this is going to do it right. Okay. All right. So you guys take. Uh-oh. Did someone fall unconscious?
Oh my god.
Whoa.
It's okay, guys. Our healers are far away.
Yeah, go ahead, Malice.
I get advantage on dex saves from danger sense at 2nd level if I can see things happening like a trap or a spell being cast.
Yeah, go for it. It was
you rolled for me. It looked like.
Yeah,
so
just a dex save if you want.
Advantage.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't calculate that. Well, it would have been one of the, because you already rolled once and failed automatically. It rolls automatically for you guys, so you'd be able to roll a second time. Well, let's just go with this. So you sensing this with your danger sense, you're able to sort of dodge a bit so that you actually only take half the damage, which was 26, so it would have only been 13. Of course, I'm not sure what you were at.
I was at 27.
All right, it was 26 points of damage, which is 26 to Felix, 26. Okay, damage exceeds hit points by 8, so you would get 8 plus 5, so you'd be at 8 plus 5, so you'd have the 13. Alright, where are you, Palos? Let me make you not unconscious. Alright, delete that. Whew, okay. Alright, and you would be at 13, so that would be 32. Okay, there we go. Whew, okay, and that's all she can do on this turn. Rabora turns to Nala and reaches down, uses her bonus action, reaches down to help her pick her up. So, what do you You shouldn't be here. Nala just says, you know I need to be here. He spared me when he didn't have to. They all did. And you know people don't do that around here. I can't just leave him and you and everyone to... I can't risk leaving you all here to die. If I can help, I need to help. And Rabor reluctantly... I'll just do kind of a rover. Okay. Rabor reluctantly looks and seems to understand on a certain level. Alright, just watch yourself. Stay hidden. Stay in the shadows. Nala nods. At which point, Rabora is going to... Third. She's going to do what now? Who's she going to do this to? 5, 10, 15. She's going to turn. As she's talking to Nala, you see her start casting a spell. She takes a feather out of her pouch and hands two of them. Hands one to Nala, puts the other one just behind part of her ear, and they both start floating up off of the ground, seemingly under the effects of the fly spell. And that ends her turn. Crystal is going to run straight up for Theodos here. Theodos. She rushes up right next to you, Kaylin, and draws her short swords, and she does this running jump with both short swords down to try and just stab into the chest, and she falls face first in the mud through the Theodos figure. It's not him anymore. She's just picking herself up. She's prone. She just jumped straight through and landed face down. That makes you start looking around, Kaylin, as you see that, like, what happened.
Sure.
And where is he? Okay. Kylos. All right. Yeah, come on. Pop my earbud right out because of that. Ooh, this is a good one. Man, Kylos is sick. Okay. So Kylos, he's got, it's just a second. Oh, she failed. Oh. That's not a lot of damage. Oh, pretty roll well. Okay, so you see, I guess all you would see is Anastriana kind of look off, up and over Felix and Malos, almost up at the sky up above, and her face just turns to this extreme fright and fear. She has looks like she's constipated too. She's in some sort of pain. She's taken a little bit of damage from this. Let's just see.
The wonders of magic.
Yeah. All right, so she has to wait for her turn. Wow. Okay, that's it. Ooh, okay. Theodos's turn. 1, 2. Well, he doesn't. Oh, he does want to get her. Crap. All right. So, the real Theodos begins casting a familiar spell that you've seen used a couple rounds so far, a couple times in this battle. Embers fly up. They head overhead of Anastriana, Felix, and Malos. Sphere starts forming as a pillar of flame comes out. Now, Malos, will you have advantage on this too? Because I don't want to jip you ahead of time.
Is it a dex save?
I'm almost positive. Yeah. Let me check here.
Then yes.
It is a dex save.
As long as I see it being cast, or I'm aware of what's happening around me, I have advantage on the dex save.
I'm gonna have you roll yours separately with advantage, if dex save, if you don't mind. And that way, I won't even target you until we see that.
Do I survive the round?
Yeah. 17. Okay, so you do. You only take half damage, so I'm not going to target you. I'll just we'll apply it after. So he's trying to burn a Nostriana, and he's trying to burn anyone else that's down there, since they're also battling him. So for now, it's Felix, and this is going to be a dexterity saving throw. Of course she succeeds. That's bogus. Okay. This will be the damage. Okay. Let's see. So 20. Okay. So this pillar just comes down, and Felix, you just feel as this oppressive heat presses you down and down. You feel your armor starting to heat up as you just lose consciousness from the searing pain on your back and arms and legs. And half of 33.
Felix
so
can't
16.
die. Ed's here.
I know. No. 16. Oh, that's awesome. 16. That would be 16 to Malos. Let me find you in the thing here. Yeah, 48. Oof.
Ooh.
I can't put the unconscious effect back on. Whatever. We know you're unconscious. As you also feel the blazing heat. You're on sort of the back end. You get kicked back from it a bit as it just washes over you. Intense searing pain of like grabbing a pot in the kitchen that's too hot. It's too much, and you pass out. And that ends his turn. But the rest of Crystal and Kaylin, anyone looking can see the real Theodos now up in the kind of lurking in the shadows in that top left part. Seeing this, Nala is going to watching Felix fall like that, recognizing him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and she's going to use her bonus action to use the dash.
She's a rogue.
Yeah, and she has like this ninja footstep as she barely along the mud and the water. Let's see, that's so she has her action. So she leans down, pulls out a small flask out of one of her pouches on her belt, pours it down Felix's throat. Felix, you are woken by this terrible burning sensation all over your body. But this cool water, as the rain is pouring down, breathe in, your lungs are sort of charred from the smoke and flame that you inhaled, but you're conscious with 1 hit point. Nasty. Okay, Kaylin, you're up.
Oh. Okay. All right. I am going to kind of see what happened to Felix. I am angry. I am going to see here. I would just use my crossbow, but I really think that Kaylin would just go after this guy and just lay into him. So I'm gonna move up there and my short sword's out and ready. And didn't work. Suspend. All right.
Nice, that hits.
All
And he's looking really weak. How do you want to kill him? How do you want to do it?
Oh, I am mad. I am angry. I want to take. Let's see. Well, no, I'm too short.
He's like 6'4".
I guess what I'll do is I'll just take this short sword and just jab it as far as I can up right into his gut.
Nice.
Yell, and then just notch it in there and pull it out.
Beautiful. You do just that. The rain's pouring down. It's washing in with all the blood down his face from his previous wounds. And you're tall enough where you get just under the rib cage and just push it up as you thrust him against the stone wall. You hear the clink of the stone as your sword runs him through. You rip it back out. Drops to his knees. Face down in the mud. Dead.
Yeah. Now, since I only used one short sword, am I able to use my crossbow?
No, because that'd be it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
All right. Then I will. Can I? I've already made my move. I can't move anymore, right? 'Cause it's about 5 spaces. So, all right.
Well, you can move 6 now because your speed is 30, so you could move a final space if you wanted.
I'm gonna start over in this direction.
Nice. Okay.
I'm angry. Okay. All right. Here you go, Malos.
Malos, as it comes around your turn, you're burnt. That's his first death saving throw, which is a failure the first round. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, after we're done with this, I'm going to change that. I don't like it rolling on its own. I want you guys to roll this. So I'll change that after this battle. Malos is just... You're collapsed. You're on your back. Your mouth is turned a little bit, but there's just some water kind of pooling up on the inside of your cheek as you're just sinking into the mud. Ah, that is awesome. It's a pyre burn, baby. Okay, Felix, you have your 1 hit point, singed, burnt. Your turn. You see Nala leaning over you. Oh, sorry, you're muted. I think.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I think I hit it when I was passed out. My instinct would be to go heal Malos, but I'm pretty sure that any attack of opportunity would kill me or knock me unconscious again. So I'm going to go ahead and wheel around so that I'm opposite Nala.
Okay.
Using my fire stick, my lighting stick, I'm going to go ahead and attack twice.
Nice.
Make sure I'm selected.
What?
Oh.
Double ones?
Oh.
Brutal. You go to attack, and you just slip in the mud, and you head over heels for a minute, but then pick yourself up like nothing happened.
Yeah, let's pretend that didn't happen. So I'm going to go ahead and attack one more time. I still get advantage on this one, right?
Yes, yep.
Okay. Let's try that
Don't do it again.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Oh, did I turn that off?
Better.
You can roll the second one to see if you get a 20 too, of course. Oh, it did do advantage. That's weird. Or it didn't?
Did it? No.
Okay.
That's weird.
Oh, wait.
Well,
do you still have unconscious on you? Let me fix that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, you might as well just not take it off.
Frank is right. You are Kenny.
Nice. All right, that one hits though, and you deal. 4 points of damage.
Oh no, that was the second. That was with advantage, but it wouldn't have mattered. Damage is 6.
Woo!
There we go.
Nice. Oh
So
boy, she's looking weak.
I'm gonna try to finish it off. Hopefully, we're gonna go ahead and use bonus action to just wheel around and hit her with the back of the weapon.
Nice. Okay, she takes a couple hits across the one on the neck and the chin, and you just try and come straight down. That hits.
Sweet. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, that's so close. Okay, and you come down right on the bridge of the nose. Oh, she's reeling from the pain. No, you broke her nose. There's blood streaming down her face from it. Really close.
Before I finish out my turn, I'm gonna yell at her. Surrender now while you still have a chance. You're the last one left. We could let you live.
Ooh. Cool.
Guess whose turn it is next?
Ormias. Nice. And we're so close to this battle wrapping up that you can go right ahead at the top of the round, and we'll join the other two.
Okay. Yes, I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just right up to her as Felix is shouting for her to surrender. And I'm gonna I'll kind of like holster my pistol a little bit, and then I'll just grab her by the throat because she's at like my height. She's also high health. Just grab her at the throat and then do the life siphon.
Okay.
Just take the last of it.
Nice. All right. Roll an intelligence check to see if it's successful. Okay, just barely. And roll a wisdom save with disadvantage.
With disadvantage? Oh boy. This is a flat roll, guys. Here comes the one.
Don't say that or it will happen.
That didn't. There we go. That was weird. Whew.
Sam, never say that here comes the one or it will happen.
Okay, roll a d4 to draw the energy out. Oh my gosh, that was so
you know, actually, I should say this. The wisdom save, it didn't catch the first die roll, but the lower of the lower die was a 2.
Oh, okay. Even with the 12, it wasn't quite enough. As you draw, you've got your hand around her neck, and you go to draw the energy, you start pulling it in. Same thing, it starts filling your throat with that color, and you can't get enough. You almost become insatiable. You get really close and start drawing it straight out of her mouth.
I'm imagining like from Hocus Pocus.
Nice. I need Malos, Nala, and Felix to roll Constitution saving throws.
What did Nala do to you?
Oh, that's on the main screen. Constitution saving throw.
No. Oh, God.
Felix,
Nice. Okay.
you are the kitty of the group.
So I'm gonna roll. Yes. Of course, it was a full 8. Okay, and Felix, you take 8 points of damage, as does Nala.
No, what did Nala
Malos,
do to
you take
Dan?
4 points. Oh no, I'm Malos! Malos! You automatically fail a second death saving throw.
Wait, what? Malice is unconscious?
Yeah. Let me give Nala this damage. Hence the fire keeps getting it. Oh my gosh.
I'm just laying on the ground smoldering.
You are. And you see some of this wispy ethereal, the smoke, along with something else, bluish hue from your person, heads over to Ormia and just sort of is absorbed into her body. Okay, Ormia, in your mind, your rational thinking mind shuts down. It just completely shuts down, and all you can think of is the absolute need for life force and the incredible rush and high that it gives you. And friend and foe don't matter. Nothing matters except getting more. Currently. That's going to end your turn. Anastriana is, let me just add that in there, is hanging on by a thread. Yeah, actually you did. You would be down to that. Yep. Nice. Okay. So Emil.
That was my action.
That's it. And that just You're in a whole different zone now.
Okay. How does my arm feel? My broken arm.
Everything feels amazing right now.
I'm on drugs. Okay.
Essentially, you need more of this.
Soul drugs. Okay.
Emil, at the top of the round, go ahead and roll a con save. Oh, poor Mallows. Finally, you've gotten enough water in your eyes to clean them out, and you open them up, and the first sight you see is Ormia sucking this life force out of the mouth of an Astriana, and all this energy being pulled in from Felix, who, I think, how much you had the one hit point, right, Felix? Yes, you're unconscious again. You see Felix, and this white ethereal, mist comes out of his mouth and is drawn into Ormia, and Felix drops. You see a little bit of that wisp come from Malice's body and just absorbed into hers, and she's still like macking on an Astriana.
Nala is still up though, right?
Nala is. Yeah, you also see her take some as you see some of that energy drawn from her body into Ormia's body. She's standing right next to her.
I was blind for like 8 seconds and everything totally changed. I don't understand. So I'm going to shout out, somebody stop her. Leave that kind of open as to who I'm talking about. And I'm going to take a shot with my short.
Okay.
At
You get the smoke too, Val. That's nice.
Kevin, you're great.
Wow, that hits, Emil. Absolutely.
it's a crap show.
Cool. She had 1 hit point left. You you knock your arrow from across the arena through the heavy pelting rain. Your arrow flies true and just goes clean through her neck. She drops down and just finishes bleeding out in the mud. She did.
She did.
I'm still holding on to her.
Yeah, she falls limp, and Ormia almost seems to have like this superhuman strength where she's just holding her aloft with this one hand.
Which is funny, because normally my strength is 8.
Nice.
I am weak.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus to dash. I'm going to try and interpose myself between Ormia and... yeah, I can't help Malos from where I am, but at least I can get between Ormia and Malos.
Okay. Alright, Rabora is kind of useless. She starts...
Keyboard's on fire, Malos.
Nice. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. She's going to dash too and just sort of get up next to everyone. And Malos and open... actually, no, she's going to go up to Ormia and try and talk to her and be like, what are you doing? Let her go. She's dead. What? You're hurting people. And, of course, Ormia's sort of not an NPC in the moment, but she doesn't really have any rational thoughts, so she just continues. And I think Rabor is going to look around and see what everyone else kind of wants to do. Like, is this normal? Is this something you can control? Yeah. Crystal rushes up to the other side. I'm sorry, she can't make it to the other side of me. She rushes up here too. Let me see if she has... No, it was just Nala. And she used it on Felix. Okay, so she's also like, she's trying to pull... She's going to do a grapple check against Ormia. Ormia, you get to do yours with advantage currently.
And I get athletics or acrobatics?
Correct.
Okay. Advantage.
You have to beat a 6.
Well, I have a +7, so.
Okay. He tries to pull, and you just kind of elbow her. With your previously bad hand, you sort of spin it back. For those standing around, you see her fingers are sort of elongated a little bit. They're sort of, a little bonier and a little bit more elongated than you're used to seeing them. Okay. Kylos, maybe? Oh, thank you, Kevin. Awesome. Jeez, what is he even going to do? Come on, he's got to have something in here.
If I can, I'd be shouting, like, somebody heal these guys.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have any healing. What can you... Oh, all right, how about this? Well, where's the behavior for that? Ah, come on, that was almost useful. How about this one? Here we go. I don't know. It's gonna Kylos is gonna cast a spell on Omi, or attempt to. Wow, that's a weak sauce save. Ooh, but thankfully Ormia fails. He casts confusion on her. Now there's a table somewhere apparently where I can determine the behavior, but you basically roll a d10. So I'm gonna.
Look it up.
Okay, thanks.
Confusion. So this is probably not the best state for me to be in right now. Confusion. Okay. I roll a d10 right now at the start of each of its turns.
Oh, okay.
And it's each creature within a 10-foot radius sphere.
Oh. I guess he probably wouldn't. He'd probably know better than that. Well, I guess in his panic, that's what he did, because I already said it, so. I guess at the top of the...
Is anybody around me conscious?
Nice.
Oh,
well, Nala is.
Well, Felix isn't conscious. If he casts it kind of by a point to get me, just me and Felix, Felix isn't.
Do you have the table
he's...
in front of you?
Yes.
What's 8?
8. The creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach.
Okay, let me just roll a d4 and see who she's going to attack. 1, 2, oh my gosh, it's terrible. Okay, Nala turns and attacks Barbora.
This is the weirdest fight ever.
It really is, yeah. Kylos is like, shit, that's right. I'm sorry, it's a spell. Actually, can he, let me just check and see if in reaction to this, he might have to wait till his turn.
Well, she needs to make a wisdom save still.
She did, yeah, she failed it. Because I don't want to take too much time doing this.
Well, and the D10, so if you're affected, you do your D10 roll, and that just determines what you do for that turn. Right. So this doesn't happen on his turn.
Okay, yeah, that's Nala. So she attacks Barbora, slashes, and at that point, Kylos is like, shit, and drops. It's a concentration spell. So he drops it, but that frees, of course, Ormia for her turn. That brings us to Kaylin. Yes, a PC.
Okay, all right. I can't make it over to Felix, even though I want to. So I am heading over to Malos. That will get me.
Okay.
Now, am I able to go in the same spot as Crystal? Can I go right beside of her because I need to?
You can't finish your turn there, and since it would be your last move in your turn, you wouldn't be able to.
Then I have no way of healing him.
Not this turn. Yeah, 'cause
Which. Okay. I mean,
Just shove her out of the way.
can I shove her out of the way?
You can use your
Could
action
she
to
share
shove her, but
space
then you
because
wouldn't
she's
have your
short?
action to heal him.
Would I still be able to give the healing potion or no?
Yeah.
Um,
Unless you have anything that gives you extra speed as a bonus.
No, I don't. I mean, I have a lunge attack, but that's only for a melee attack.
If you have a potion, you could also
Caleb got-
pass it to someone that's there.
Did Caitlin not get boots of speed at some point or something?
No, they help me with stealth. They don't give me any
Hmm.
extra speed, I don't think. I mean, I'll double check that.
Do you have your broom?
I do.
I think it's an action to activate it. But if you were to give the potion to someone, oh no, Malice is next.
It wouldn't be able. No one is next to give anything to anyone. Would I be able to? So it takes. Don't I have 2 actions though, or no?
You have a bonus action.
Have you used your action surge yet?
Yes, I have. That was the last battle. So would I be able to like activate my broom in an action, fly over there and drop it on him? Drop it into his mouth.
It's an action because you have to get down and pour it in, make sure they drink it. It's an action. Drinking it yourself is bonus, but giving it to someone else is an action.
Okay.
Steph, you have 6 squares of movement, right?
Yeah, I do.
You could theoretically go diagonal one of those squares, and I think you should be able to make it.
Yeah, diagonal movement's only 5 feet.
Oh. I didn't
Although
think
you
about
can't
that.
walk through the pillar, unfortunately. You'll have to walk around, though. 1, 2, maybe you can still do it, though. 1, 2.
Yeah, I would still be able to get there.
Well, you're starting, yeah, is that 1, 2, 3, 4,
If I
5,
walk-
6. Yep. You can
Okay.
make it.
Then all this was for nothing. Okay, so I move everything.
You bolt.
Okay, so I rush over there.
Mhm.
And I said, like, I kind of like look towards Felix, hoping someone will take care of him. But I know that Malice is in trouble. Not my first choice, but okay, so I will. So I just target him, right, Dan?
That's it. Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to do that. You can just roll your roll 2d4,
Do I roll
and then
again?
we add 2 to it.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2. There's a +2 button.
Oh yeah, check that out. Okay, 7. Nice.
Something.
Yeah, just in the nick of
All right.
time. I mean, for reals. Malos, yeah, again, she rushes over, slides down on her knees as she's drawing out this potion. She goes around, pours it in, seeing that you are on death's door. Oh.
Yeah.
And
Right, come on, you stupid lunk. Come on.
Lots of pain, skin charred.
Maybe like slap him in the face with it.
Oh, it
In the
hurts
face.
so bad. A little skin sloshes off. Little
Wake
burnt
up.
skin. Oh.
I don't say anything.
It's hard to breathe. Your throat, your lungs.
It's hard to breathe. Yeah.
Okay. And since you're out of that, we can get out of battle now. Out of combat. No, we can't because we have Ormia to deal with, don't we? Okay, that brings us to Malice's turn. If you have anything that you want to do in your turn, Malice.
Malice is going to lay there because it hurts to exist.
Okay.
Aw.
The rain feels good, but all
Existence is pain.
How did I get here? Am I making the right choice?
Life is
Slapping
pain.
you.
Malice, yeah, I think there's a possibility for like that reflection on life moment where you just this cold rain is washing away the dead skin off of your layers of skin, in terrible pain. All right, so Felix, right? You're unconscious, aren't you? Success! Yay! All right. So Felix is still alive. Oh, Ormia. Here's the thing, Ormia. You can tell me what you want to do with this body. Everyone around you is going to have to make a con save. So Felix, Nala, Rabora, Emil, Malos, and Crystal. Caitlin, you're still out of range. All need to make a con saving throw. But
I automatically fail.
Oh, right. Yeah, you have one auto fail, Felix. But, Ormia, you can tell me what, in this state, knowing the state you're in, what you want to do with this body. I mean, most of the life is sucked out of it now. Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Thank you.
No problem.
If most of the let's see, if there's nothing left here, then it's useless. So she would just kind of toss it aside and just, I'm kind of imagining like her vision is like blurred, and so she can't like recognize anything. So she just tosses it aside and turns to everyone and then just grins. And she would reach out for the two, like with both arms, reach out for the two closest people just to like grab whatever she can.
Okay, that's Nala and Emil basically, side to side.
Because I'm assuming it has to work by touch. So.
Nice. Okay, you turn around and you attempt to, I guess, do a quick grapple check for both Nala and Emil. And Emil, you can do athletics or
would
acrobatics.
Would it be grapple or would it be a touch attack?
If you're not trying to, you don't have to grapple them. If you just want to touch, that's fine too, and then they don't.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to restrain them. I'm just trying to, because I just need a touch, right?
It would seem so. You put your hands out, just because they're in range. Yeah. All right. Let me just check everyone's saves here. What do we get? Oh, right, it's Emil. So, woo, Emil, nice. You just dart out of the way. You feel some of the essence still being pulled out of you. So we're gonna roll. Actually, it's getting dangerous, isn't it? So we're gonna roll this one. Oh, it only rolled a 2. Okay, so you just take 1 point. You feel a little bit of your life energy drained, Emil, but you've really resisted it. Nala, this is 2. Felix gets an automatic death save fail. And Rabora loses 1.
Why did Malos make a save with disadvantage?
I'm prone.
I think dex saves get disadvantage. I don't think saves.
I think all saves get disadvantage when you're prone, don't they?
It sounds weird.
It's disadvantage on attack rolls.
Crystal.
And other attacks have advantage on you. Only your attack rolls have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. And it dropped an 18.
Well, the other dice it dropped an 18.
All right, so you only lose 1 point of health as you feel again this draw on your very souls. This energy, white and blue misty energy. You can watch it pour out of you like on a cold winter day. The breath vapor just and into Ormia, whether into her body or into her mouth from Emil and Nala. It's who she's touching go directly into her mouth.
And so that's just like this aura thing, right? So I haven't actually done my touch attacks.
It's sort of all part and parcel currently. There isn't much control over.
All right. And Ormia just like she's just like eyes glazed over, just like wicked grin on her face. She is not herself.
Nice. And you felt an even stronger draw this time. It didn't roll that well, but you felt it had the potential to pull even more as you just exponentially, reaching out for more energy.
And she just kind of laughs and laughs. This is wonderful.
What?
Nice.
What?
Cackling in the rain. This water's pouring down her face and stuff. Abil, you're up.
All right, I'm going to move over beside Felix and give him a potion.
Nice.
Oof.
I don't know if that gives him an attack opportunity, but it doesn't really matter. I need to do this.
We'll say he fell close enough. We'll just put him right here. So
You can bonus action disengage anyways.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the 2d4 plus 2 button, and we'll give that to Felix. Nice. Okay. Felix, once again, brought back to life. Searing pain. You feel this fatigue as well. As you're just brought back, breathing in a bunch of water down the seared windpipe. But back to consciousness.
I assume that was my action.
Yes. But you can use a bonus if you have any bonus stuff.
After I give the potion. Oh, a second. I turn to face Armia with my rapier drawn, and I look her straight in the face and I say, "Goodbye, friend."
Rabora took a turn to see if she'd be able to reason, and since it seems that she can't, she is going to try and take an action. What is she going to do? Isn't much. She's contemplating what she would like to do, but there isn't much without hurting a bunch of people. So she floats up in the air, about 20 feet straight up with her fly spell that she's had on, and calls for Nala to do the same as she uses her. What does she have? Okay, she uses her max spell slot to once again unleash a torrent of magic missiles. It's level 1. Ugh, come on, dice. Don't be ridiculous. My mouse is being ridiculous. All right, 2, 3. Okay. Down. Where are you, Ormia? Down, and they all strike and hit Ormia, who seems almost unfazed. It's knocking bits of her back, shoulder, and head and torso. She's still trying to draw in all that energy. Okay, Crystal goes in for the same. However, well, I guess it depends on what she's going to do. She's going to step in here right behind and draw a short sword. Let me just see what Ormia's looking at. Okay. She doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, she's going to attack. Okay, that hits. She's going to try and do some non-lethal damage here, I think. Knowing that she was just fighting alongside everyone. Okay. So this isn't actually dying. She just spins it around and with the hilt of her short sword cracks Ormia just on the side of the neck here. And you can hear like the neck, do a bit of a pop, and the force of the blow, you just see Ormia's eyes go white as they roll into the back of her head, still smile on her face. So she just kind of and collapses down unconscious into the muddy floor of the arena around you. You watch as her fingers sort of shrink about a good, maybe almost a quarter of an inch in size, half an inch in size, back to like normal elven fingers. And a lot of, as you see her face, although it's one side's covered in mud, the other side is black and has like these streaks of rot along it that are starting to recede a little bit. Now we're out of combat, and that is where we'll end our session tonight. So it's fun. Sorry we didn't get back to Em and Brixi any further. You guys were essentially cruising along back to Haven. You stopped at the other... Because Nala, left, there wasn't much else anyway, so you guys are on your way back to... When we pick up next episode, Em and Brixi will be at the caterers building. Oh.
And that whole battle was like less than a minute too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody died. That's awesome. Oh, I wasn't expecting the Ormia stuff. That was like, oh my gosh, here it is.
She had no idea what she was doing.
Yeah, so we'll probably have, find a way. I guess we'll see how it goes, but I'll try and, get the party reconvened or whatever, you guys decide to do. So we'll probably have a little more focus on Em and Brixi at the top of next episode. So you guys aren't kind of stuck just listening. Sorry, I didn't have more good stuff for you tonight. Thank you, players. You're amazing and excellent, and I just had so much fun with that. You guys nailed it. You were just amazing.
That was a good one, Dan. Good job.
Nate, thanks.
Good job, Dan.
Very intense.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What else can we say?
My anxiety's in this here right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, next episode's going to have plenty as well now. We've got Ormia, what's going on with her. We've got Ren and Ayler. We have the outcome, the repercussions of what's happened here in the arena today will start showing, and any potential pros and cons that come with that. So there should be a little more on the RP side next episode, but just catching up with consequences and stuff, and good and whether good or bad. So, thank you, Mariah. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, we lost people.
Sam dropped.
Oh. Dun dun dun. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap up here anyway. Then, thank you so much, chat. Thank you, players. You guys are amazing, and so glad that I get to do this with you every Friday. It's so cool.
She accidentally hit the power strip on her computer.
No! That's so great.
Noob.
Nice. That's a 101 mistake. Thank you.
Are we hosting anyone, Dan? Sorry.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me take a peek and see if my computer wants to run that. Unless you guys have any recommendations, I'm going to be happy to check that out too. Thank you, viewers, for being so great in chat, and thank you for the cheers tonight. Frank and Randy and Riddick, much appreciated. We love all of your support. It's so amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and hilarious chat. Come check us out on our, I think Mariah posted our the social stuff. Check out all the amazing stuff everyone does. Our YouTube and our Discord. And Facebook group. You can kind of, hold on, let me put the Discord in here. Check it all out. Join us for fun throughout the rest of the week. All right, let me open up Twitch over here and just see what we've got for D&D. Red hoodie for Felix, yeah.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
When Ormia did that at the end, and it was like, oh crap, you know, Felix is there, Malos is there, like, oh no. If they die because of this, oh, I think everyone would be like, story. No, we did that one the other day. Let's see.
What was that whole? Never mind. Accidentally hit the button on the power strip on my computer.
Oh.
The whole thing off.
No. I guess we'll do Nerdolopedia. We haven't done them yet, and they look like they have a kind of a fun setup.
Sure.
Yep, we're going to go ahead and give the old Raideruski to another D&D stream. And I hope you'll stick with us and join us over there as we raid. And otherwise, we'll catch you all next week, Friday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you all so much. And off we go on our raid. Have a great night.